And now to tonight's closing gala film. The Source is an award-winning stage musical from Australia. Oz is in the house. The director is one of Australia's most popular screen exports, Rebel Wilson. And the film itself is just so much fun. The songs are catchy, the comedy is clever, the story is moving, and the spirit of this movie is just infectious. The DEB draws on the inexhaustible energy of teen girls staking out their own place in the world, and we're thrilled that Rebel Wilson has come to present the world premiere of her own debut feature to you tonight. Please join me in welcoming Rebel Wilson.
G'day, Toronto. I would like to tell you the story of how I came to direct a movie. It's very personal, and I've never shared this before, so. Okay, so I was on set of the musical Cats, and I went up to the director and I said, no, I didn't say that. I said, oh, look, I'm just not sure you're doing it right. Like, it's just like I wouldn't put the camera there, and I would, I'd just, not have those buttholes, and like I would do it really differently. And then a female producer witnessed the little exchange, and she came over to me and she said, I think you should direct a movie one day. And I was like, nah, like, not into it. And a few months later, I was acting in a bug spray commercial, and I thought, you know what, why not direct a movie? But what movie could I actually direct? And I thought, well, if I'm gonna do one, it's definitely gotta be Australian. Which means, it has to have a koala. It has to feature plenty of bush. And it'll have to have at least 2 uses of the word cunt. And I think I have delivered. So get ready. I am so excited for you guys to see the world premiere of the DEB. We have our cast and crew here all the way from Australia. And this is, for a lot of them, the first time they'll be seeing the film. So please give them lots of love. And we are so honoured to be here. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, everybody at TIFF, for choosing our little Australian movie. This is just insane, and we hope you love it. Thank you, everybody.
Please join me in welcoming back to stage director Rebel Wilson and the cast: Stevie Jean, Natalie Abbott, Shane Jacobson, Tara Maurice, Costa D'Angelo, and Scarlett Crabtree. I can't think of a better way to cap off this festival than with the DEB. Rebel, thank you so much for bringing it here.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you guys for being such an amazing crowd. It's moved us so much to sit in the audience with you and hear that reaction of this little movie that we've just been working hard in Australia on, and now for you guys all to see it on the other side of the world is just really surreal. Nat's a bit tearing up. Yeah. Yeah.
That was like a sitcom. I'm a Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, so it's a lot of tears.
I want to ask all of you, but Natalie, let me start with you. How was it to watch it with this audience?
Thank you so much for asking me a question. It was really I'm actually a bit shaky. I've never seen myself on such a large screen before. But it was also kind of awesome. It was really cool.
That's great. Well, you're terrific in the film. Rebel, can you talk a little bit about what attracted you to this musical, the stage musical, from just a few years
I
back?
thought you were going to say what attracted me to Costa, to cast him as the leading man. Very handsome, and also they're all good looking. Okay, so I have a scholarship program in Australia at the Australian Theatre for Young People, and this was the third winner. The first one is a musical that's currently on in the West End called Fangirls, and this one was the third winner, and I just had a feeling like it'd make a really good film, and we put on a staged workshop of it in Sydney at the Rebel Theatre, just named after me. And we put it on, and Tara, the lovely Tara Maurice, was in the original staged workshop. And obviously she was so good, she had to be in the film as well. And to me, this reminds me of the classic Australian movies that when I was a teenager, there was like movies like Muriel's Wedding and Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Strictly Ballroom that Tara's in. And there were these movies that just made me like laugh hilariously, and then like really got me at one point and cried and were very poignant. And I felt like this material had that same potential. So we all worked really, really hard to make it into a film, because it's pretty rare for an original musical to get up.
Absolutely. When we first watched it, I thought, among many things, really enjoyed the movie, super fun, super funny. The songs are also great in this film.
How good are singers are these guys?
And great singers, exactly.
So I knew, we needed a cast that was so multi-talented. And so before we shot the movie, we came 9 months in advance, and we did an Australia-wide search to find the right 3 for the female leads. And then Stevie comes along, and was not the type at first we were looking for Annabelle. And then she just blew us away with her voice. I think she sounds like Amy Winehouse, personally. She is insane. And then, and they just came in, and one after another, they were just incredible. Incredible vocalists, and it's great. We did live singing on the day. We pre-recorded and blended it for the film, and it just their voices are all insane.
I want to ask the parents in the cast, because this is such a great movie about teen girls especially, and what they're going through at that stage in their life, and especially playing parents in that part of the country, in Dunburn. You have a different role to play in the story, and yet you each get your moments as well. Every character in the movie gets their moment where you learn more about them. And I guess I wonder, for those of you who've been through the earlier generations of Australian movies and being a part of this one in these roles, what was that like for you? And maybe I'll start with you. Yeah.
It was great. I've got 4 kids of my own, and that's why I said yes to the film, because any chance to get out of the house, I take. Any chance. I don't know what their names are, but they seem great. There's 4 of these things. Big love to whoever they are and wherever they live on this planet. But no. The thing is, the honour of this role, if you will, number one, I love a musical, love the script, and wanted to work with Rebel in her directorial debut, and I'm ever so glad I did. Ever so glad. But the seriousness behind the script is the fact that Australian farmers are the backbone of our country, and they do put up with droughts, long droughts, that feel like they're never going to break. And that was in the script. Bushfires, and if they're not dealing with those 2 things, they're dealing with floods. And they smash our farmers. So to get given a script that had this much heart, and I was being asked to be kind of the rudder of this boat, if you will, by being the character that's there for his daughter, but is having to toil on the land. It means a lot to Australians, and it connects with them in a very big way. So it will put a lump in the throat of the audiences anyway. And then you've got the stories of my beautiful daughter character, carried so beautifully by my buddy here. Yeah. And it was so weird at the end of the film, just before we came on stage, someone threw water on my face, which is why it looks like I've been crying. That was weird. So weird because it fell just in my eyes, the water. because men don't cry. But it was, even on set, the truth was I cried so many times listening to them sing. At the end of that line, I'm pretty strong. I think the message as a parent, in all honesty, I've got 3 boys but 1 daughter, the message to my kids, be it boy or girl, or just people in general, to hear I'm pretty strong. God, if that gets chanted in schoolyards, I mean, we've done more than made a movie. I'd love to think Rebels made a difference. Yeah.
Agreed. Tara, you were saying Strictly Ballroom was that your first time in Toronto? Is that?
Yeah, I was here 30 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome back. And that journey, you've done so much in between, but between that film and this one, how was this for you in this role?
Yeah, well, it's amazing because obviously that was Baz's feature debut, and to be in Rebel's feature debut 30 years later is such a great honour. And as Rebel said, I was in the stage play, so I've been sort of with the DEB and with Rebel on this from the inception. And it's so wonderful to work with Rebel because she's an actor. I think she really understands what it's like, you know, on the other side of the camera, which is such an added bonus, which was similar with Baz because he was at drama school with me and he'd acted as well, so he had the same, you know, shorthand language with the actors. But yeah, I think when I first read the script and heard the brilliant songs, because I think the lyrics in particular are so sort of whimsical but, I don't know, tongue-in-cheek and have that very peculiar Australian sense of humour, which I really love. And yeah, the script was just so authentic and Aussie and fun and new, and to be led by such strong female characters as well is a rarity still. So it's wonderful to be a part of it.
Costa, this movie is very much about young women finding their own voices and also navigating what feminism means now. You're the hunk in this movie.
Oh, sorry, you talking to me? Sorry,
yeah, Shane, sorry, I meant you.
It's just I've already spoken. We probably should give him a chance.
But, I mean, as the young man who becomes a love object here in navigating this world of contemporary feminism, what was that like for you to play?
Well, especially with the dance scene of mine, I lied to Rebel and said I could dance during the audition process. And when it came to shooting, they're like, Costa, we've got a massive dance scene for you. It's like Magic Mike. It's going to be so sexy. I'm not a dancer. I've got 2 left feet. So that was so intimidating for me. But I had to just pull my pants up and just have a crack. And it was very scary. Well, I pulled my pants down in this thing, so if you watch, so there you go.
You've got a crack there as well.
There you go. But yeah, no, it was super intimidating, but it's like, because I was surrounded by all these incredible dancers, most of them women, and I felt like everyone's looking at me, and it's like, okay, well, there you go. That's what you guys feel like a lot of the time, with, you know, and it's a hard thing to kind of deal with, but a testament to Rebel's directing. I was so nervous, and I was struggling, and I couldn't get the takes, and then she came up to me and spoke to me and said, take your moment, you know, this is your moment, just enjoy it, breathe through it. And without you helping me through that, I don't think I would have been able to do that dance. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Without knowing it, he inspired something new in the world, which is the world realised you don't have to be able to dance to succeed. And he inspired Australians like Raygun, who completed at the Olympics. You don't have to be able to dance.
Raygun actually went to my high school.
Too bad.
Are you serious?
Fun
Really?
fact, yeah.
And you know, one of the girls she beat out was Molly, who was in the film. Was she? Yeah, one of the breakdancers on the roof. Yeah.
We're all following Australian breakdancing now.
Yeah.
As you should be.
Scarlett, can I ask you a question?
Yay!
You were so great in the movie, and your koala outfit is adorable. What was your favorite part of being in the movie with all these people?
I have no idea.
That's it.
Okay. I guess it was all your favorite part, maybe.
Did you like wearing the koala outfit?
Yes, but there's one thing. is really hot.
Yeah.
Everyone's in shock. No one's ever heard anyone being honest in entertainment. It's quite a lot to take on board when someone tells the truth, isn't it?
And this is Scarlett's first time out of Australia. Is that right?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Welcome.
She's only 8 years old, and she was 7 when you filmed the movie. Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, you came to the best place outside of Australia, Scarlett. Toronto. Rebel, one of the things I really loved about the movie is that it really weaves together these very serious issues about heteronormativity and big ideas that the girls are struggling with, but somehow you wrap that in fun and in music, and it feels so much more accessible than maybe it would be in another form. How did you strike that balance?
Oh gosh, when I was at film school at university, I did this subject called Comedy and Power, and it was really interesting about you can make kind of important points but wrap them up in a joke so everybody's laughing about, you had the sad Saudi Arabia joke tonight and a couple of things that really but if you do it in such a way, people laugh and then they might think a little bit later and go, oh yeah, okay, I get, and my subject at university was about how you can change people's thoughts and their opinions on things with comedy, and so I guess that's what I try to do. One is just to be entertaining, and then 2 to kind of put in some nice, positive, empowering messages in there.
It works. Last question I want to ask you is, will we see more movies with you behind the camera?
Oh. Yes. I have been offered 2 musicals already to direct.
Is that right? Yeah.
I will only direct musicals because when I was a teenager, it was a pretty dark time, and my family, I got to see a musical at 14 years of age, basically because our dog auditioned for it, and I come from a family of dog showers, and the dog audition didn't get the role, but my family got to go, and we weren't a family that went to the theatre, and I went and saw this thing on stage with people dancing and singing, and it was so colourful and joyful, and to me that really helped me through my teenage years, and so that's why if I'm directing more movies, it'll only be musicals and bringing joy and positivity to people.
Amazing. Do we want another musical from Rebel Wilson? I think so. All right. Well, we're glad that we launched your directorial career here tonight. Thank you so much for being here for the closing night gala.
Thank you for choosing us, and guys, thank you for being here because we are a very small movie, and we're just so honoured to be here. And for me personally, I just also wanted to thank this gorgeous cast who are so talented. This just scratches the surface of what they can do. And we have a lot of our crew up the top. Yes. Woo! Our local producer, Greer Simpkin there. Our editor, Jane Moran. Our production designer, Sam Hobbs. Our composer, Michael Yazinski. Aaron Jacobi, our music editor. MJ on choreography. There's somebody I'm forgetting, I'm sure, and I'm sorry, and I love you all. And you guys are so absolutely incredible. And thank you for being just there every step of the way, because, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Thanks for coming to the festival. I hope you had a great time. Please join me in thanking Rebel Wilson and her cast from the DEB, Stevie Jean, Natalie Abbott, Shane Jacobson, Tara Maurice, Costa D'Angelo, and Scarlett Crabtree. Thanks so much for coming.